everybody. My name is Geoff Ball, and I would like to introduce you to my friend here. If you don't already know, this is called a cello. It's part of the string family of instruments and is usually played with a bow, but sometimes also played pizzicato, which is just a term that means plucking. As you can hear, the cello has quite a low sound at its lowest note. It's got 4 strings, and the lowest one is called the C string. And it goes C, G, D, and A. And the A string is the highest string, but also by pressing the string down, we shorten it and make the notes go up and up. And sometimes we can even slide. So we have quite a high top note somewhere up here. It just kind of goes up into that squeaky range. And we have quite a nice big boomy low note. Now I also want to introduce you to a little bit of the anatomy of the cello. How does this sound actually come from here and reach your ears? So the first thing I want to point out is the magic word for sound is vibration, right? That is the word that actually tells us how sound is happening. So if you look at the C string here, when I play it, you can actually see it's buzzing. Buzz, 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 buzz. And that buzzing on its own wouldn't sound like much, but it goes to this part. This funny looking thing is called the bridge. This is the most important part of the whole instrument in many ways. And the sound from that buzzing string travels into the bridge, travels through these 2 feet of the bridge into the body of the cello and bounces around inside. And that's how it gets to be nice and loud and big instead of really thin. And then comes out these 2 holes that are called the F holes. Now, in order to show you this, I want to show you how important that bridge is I was just talking about. Here's me playing a few notes just as it is. And now, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to put this funny looking thing on, not a comb. This is in fact a mute. So the word mute means just to make something quiet. This doesn't turn it off, but it makes it a lot quieter. So you just heard how loud that was. Now I'm going to put my mute on and play something sort of similar. That sound is really, really small and thin because this thing, just by squeezing the bridge, it didn't let all that vibrating sound get through and resonate in this big box that the rest of the cello is. This is basically just a big hollow box that makes the sort of the best sound of the string come out and reach your ears. So while all of the manufacture of this is very complicated, how it's made is complicated, what's really happening is just a vibration goes in, goes down, and comes out into your ears after it gets nice and big inside this body. So I'm going to take this back off. That's our brief introduction to the cello, part of the violin family of instruments. And now I'm just going to play a little bit more so you can hear a couple of the different ways you could play this. So first, you could play a nice melody. Like this one. overlapping some other parts. So you might have someone playing the guitar, and the cello could play what's called a bass line, which is just holding the bottom. So you could easily hear that there's room there for someone else to play something in this upper register. So in that bow, 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 you could have someone else going. You know, so you could have multiple parts playing together. And I think that covers some of the basics. And sometimes you could even use the cello just to play really, really nice, long, slow stuff. And then you'd have the other instruments join in at that point and add some more texture to everything. So the cello is a very versatile instrument. It can play nice and high. It can play very low. You can play it with a bow. You can play it with just plucking. And most importantly, all sound is vibration. And because of that, we can do all kinds of things to make something sound basically any way you want. It could sound happy. It could sound a little bit melancholy. It could sound almost aggressive sounding. Sound very sweet. So, I hope you've enjoyed this little invitation to meeting the cello, and may music be an awesome part of your life.